I would like to dedicate this video to my mom and to an individual who inspired me like no other. He told me to go and be amazing. I am Colin Coonsis. I am here at Legends Gallery to introduce my work and my vision to the online community. Spanning from several different generations, I feel like I'm the last generation of inlay jewelers. So I want to bring my jewelry to the next step, into a new generation, and I want to inspire a new generation of artists. This line of work is what I call shattered. It all evolved from simple structures and simple designs, and I just wanted to go even further by making it more complicated and being more inspired with what I was doing. There's a reason why I call this inlay shattered. It came to me one day when I was piecing together these stones, and literally I felt like I was piecing my life back together. So, in a sense, I was pouring my emotions into my work, and the idea of calling this shattered was a culmination of who I am and what I've struggled to become. So, the shattered line is my most significant creation, I think. Like a painter, everything that I do with this shattered comes in layers. I piece together abalone or whatever shell I'm using, I piece it together and then I cut into it and then I put it back together. The process that goes into making something like this probably takes about 14 hours from start to finish. With the silver, actually I do the inlay first and then I do the silver last because I want to keep the idea fresh in my mind. Sometimes people ask me to make something simple, but simple is just not something I can do. I like to be extravagant because my motto in life is to live life to the fullest. So when I create, I really create. When I love, I really love. Life is all about passion. Passion for who you are and what you can do as an individual. We only have one life, so I like to live it to the fullest. My work entails passion and skill born from generations of jewelry making. It first started with my grandpa 4 generations ago, and he was doing traditional kind of inlay, and then passed it down to my mom, and my mom passed it down to me. To date, this is my most substantial piece. I named it after a collector who donated about $8 million worth of her life's collection to the Idol's Museum. She was a wonderful inspiration to me because she took me under her wing and introduced me to the world through her own vision and through her own appreciation for art. Her name is Helen Kirsten, a retired opera singer who was famous in her own right. And this piece is called Kirsten's Reprise. I call it Kirsten's Reprise as a kind of a dedication to her rise as an important collector. I often tell people that I started making jewelry when I was 8 years old, but my mom reminded me that I probably started about when I was 6 years old, just by piecing together stones or turning a piece of shell into a turtle. I found an avenue through which I could make money. My legacy is moving forward, and for those of you who have been following me on Facebook, it has been quite a year. But my legacy is moving forward. That started with generations of jewelry making and jewelry making techniques that have spanned several generations for doing the inlay work came from piecing together emeralds that my mom had inherited from a collector friend of hers. They were all just rough emeralds in a coffee can, and I pieced them together and set them into silver, and I sold it at a local arts dealer called Turquoise Village. From then on, my journey took me to the Zuni High School, where I was creating things and needed no further instruction from anybody, and everybody was amazed with what I could do, by my peers, by everybody, and I was 14, 15 years old. And I think that the Her Museum in Phoenix, Arizona recognized my talent. So they awarded me every chance they got, and that further inspired me to do what I do and be who I am. As a young kid, I was just so forward with the amount of appreciation that was poured into what I could do, my work, my vision, my talent. And so I just flowed with that. I was so taken by everything that these institutions and individuals, collectors alike, what they did for me. Being part Navajo brought another insight to my work, because there was a tendency for Zunis and Navajos to not get along due to a history of turmoil. But growing up part Navajo, I was often called names or something, but I also came into that as a teenager, and as a jeweler, that also brought another perspective to my work. I came into myself being rebellious as a teenager, and so that led me in the direction to do things differently and be more rebellious with my work. And so I went against the traditional ideals of jewelry making, and I put it into my work. So from this experience, it helped me grow as an artist and helped me grow with my vision and my legacy. Another part of my vision and my legacy is to inspire other artists to see no animosity. I see no animosity when I look at, well, there tends to be a lot of animosity with artists because of the competition or the competitive aspect, and that tends to happen a lot. But living here in Santa Fe, I am really inspired by other artists like Jody Naranjo, Pat Pruitt, and Cody Sanderson, and they want to teach other artists and share their ideas with other artists, and they see no animosity either. So part of my legacy is to teach and inspire other artists to also see no